Burnout just isn't about busy. It's about stress, overwhelm, and your body literally fighting against you. And if you're in your 40s and 50s, that stress, it's not just exhausting. It's stopping you from losing weight, feeling good, and showing up as your best self. Maybe you're eating healthy, working out, and doing everything right, but somehow the weight isn't budging. You feel drained, sluggish, and no matter what you do, your body just isn't responding in the way that it used to. Does this sound familiar? That's not in your head. Your stress levels and hormones are keeping you stuck. And the truth is, if you don't get the stress under control, your body literally will just hold on to that fat as if your survival depends on it. Because to your nervous system, stress equals danger. And when that happens, your body flips the switch on weight loss and just locks it off. Here's the good news. You are not powerless here. The way you think about stress, boundaries, and self-care, that changes everything. Today, I am sharing 8 mindset shifts that will help you not just reduce your stress, but actually rewire your body to burn fat, balance hormones, and feel like yourself again. Before we dive into everything, I want to hear from you. What is your biggest stressor right now? Is it work? Family? Feeling like you have to do it all? Drop it in the comments because let's tackle this ish together, y'all. Mindset shift number 1, you're not lazy, you're burned out. Okay, let's get something straight. You are not lazy if you've been feeling exhausted. I know the feeling, unmotivated, or like you just can't seem to get yourself moving the way you used to. It's not because you're weak. It's because your body is just burned out. Here's what's really happening. When you've been running on stress for years, whether it's work, family, or just life in general, your nervous system gets stuck in overdrive. Your body's pumping cortisol 24/7 like it's on an espresso binge. And guess what happens next? Your energy crashes, your metabolism slows down, and your body starts holding onto fat like a squirrel hoarding nuts in winter. Here's the sneaky part. When you hit a certain level of burnout, your body starts resisting stress altogether. That's when you feel like even simple tasks are super overwhelming. Like, you know what you need to do, but you just can't seem to get yourself to do it. Listen, you're not lazy. You're not making excuses. Your body is just literally trying to shut down to protect itself. Next time that little voice in your head says, why can't I just get it together? I want you to remind yourself, this is not about willpower. Your body doesn't really need discipline. It just needs to recover. And no, recovery doesn't mean zoning out on your phone for an hour. It means real rest, rest that fills you up and resets your system. Have you ever felt just too dang tired to even think about working out or eating healthy or anything? Let me know in the comments because I just want you to know. You are not alone on this. Mindset shift number 2, stress is not a badge of honor. Let's talk about this one because I know some of y'all out there are walking around treating stress like it's a shiny little trophy. I used to do this, juggling kids, work, and everything in between, and I wore my stress like a little badge of honor, like I wasn't exhausted. I must not be working hard enough. Does that sound like you? Here's the truth. Stress is not proof that you're doing enough. It's proof that something needs to change. Chronic stress doesn't just mess with your mind, it literally rewires your body. Your hormones get completely thrown out of balance, your digestive system slows down, your body starts storing fat, especially around your belly, all because your body thinks that it's in survival mode. And the craziest part, we walk around bragging about it. How many times have you heard yourself or somebody else say, oh, I'm just so busy. I haven't taken a break in months. I barely have time to breathe. But when did drained become something to be proud of? So here's your new mindset shift. Rest is productive. Recovery is necessary. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a strategy because the women who actually get results in their health, their fitness, in their life, they know when to hit the pause button. They understand that you can't grind your way into success. Your body will fight back every time. Mindset shift number 3, people pleasing is making you tired and soft. Okay, it's time for some tough love, y'all. How much of your energy is going toward making sure everybody else is happy at the expense of your own well-being? Saying yes when you really want to say no. Doing things out of obligation instead of desire. Over-explaining, over-apologizing, overextending. Before you know it, your schedule is packed with things you don't even want to do. You're exhausted from keeping everybody else comfortable, and you have zero energy left for yourself. Can you relate? Because I surely can. I mean, I used to do it and I still do it sometimes. People pleasing is a form of self-abandonment. Every time you put somebody else's needs above your own, you reinforce the idea that you don't matter as much. And that energy, it spills into your workouts, your food choices, your sleep, your stress, all of it. So here is the new mindset shift. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Because if something doesn't light you up, if it doesn't move you forward, if it's not in alignment with who you want to be, then why is it taking up space in your life? This is one of the biggest reasons why so many women struggle with fat loss, energy, and motivation, because we're too busy prioritizing everybody else's comfort instead of our own health. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's survival. Mindset shift number 4. You need boundaries too. We love to talk about boundaries, at least I do, when it comes to other people, setting limits with toxic relationships, saying no to extra commitments, protecting our time. Let me ask you this. Do you actually set boundaries with yourself? Do you say you're going to start going to bed earlier, but then stay up scrolling for an hour? Do you promise to make time for workouts, but keep pushing them to tomorrow? Do you tell yourself you'll eat better, but let stress and convenience take over? See, we don't just need boundaries with other people, we need them with ourselves. And the hardest part, keeping the promises you make to you. When someone else asks us to do something, we show up. We don't flake, we don't cancel the last minute, but when it comes to our own goals, suddenly it's up for negotiation. I was going to meal prep, but I got busy. I plan to work out, but I'm tired. I'll start fresh on Monday. Would you accept those excuses from a friend? Would you let somebody else constantly blow you off like that? No. Then why are you accepting it from yourself? Here's the mindset shift. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to others. They're about saying yes to yourself, your workouts, your meal prep, your early bedtimes. Those are commitments to you. And every time you flake on yourself, you're reinforcing that belief that goals aren't just that important. Here's the thing. Confidence isn't something you get. It's something that you build every time you follow through on your commitments. Even when it's inconvenient, you prove to yourself that you can trust you. And that's what builds confidence. That is what builds momentum, and that is what gets you results. Here's your challenge. Treat your commitments to yourself the same way that you treat a coffee date with your best friend, because you wouldn't just bail on her on the last minute. Don't bail on you either. Mindset shift number 5. Stress eating isn't a bad habit. It's a stress response. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Stress eating, emotional eating. If you've ever found yourself standing in front of the fridge, eating straight from the container, oh yes, or inhaling snacks without even realizing, let's clear something up. You are not weak. You are not undisciplined. You are not out of control. You are simply responding to stress exactly the way your body was designed to. When you are stressed, your body pumps out that cortisol, that fight or flight hormone. Cortisol's job is to get you quick energy. So guess what? It's going to crave carbs, sugar, and salty comfort foods. Your brain doesn't want a salad when you're stressed. It wants fuel fast. Here's the part that no one talks about. Stress eating actually works. It gives you that dopamine hit that temporarily makes you feel better, and that's why stress eating feels automatic. Your brain has learned that food equals relief. If you've been beating yourself up for your emotional eating, here's your mindset shift. This isn't about willpower, it's about your nervous system. If you're living in a constant state of stress, your body is going to keep reaching for the quick energy foods because it's in survival mode. That's why stress eating isn't just about fixing your eating habits. Instead of trying harder to resist cravings, focus on calming your stress response. Instead of labeling foods as bad, ask yourself, why is my body asking for this right now? Instead of feeling guilty over stress eating, recognize it for what it's for, a signal that your body needs support. Because when your nervous system feels safe and calm, those intense cravings, they lose all their power. Mindset shift number 6, rest is productive, not a luxury. This is for all my I'll sleep when I'm dead girls. And yes, I used to be one of them. I want you to picture this. If you had a car with an empty gas tank, would you just keep pushing it harder and driving it around expecting it to go? Of course not. You'd pull that baby over and fill up the tank. And when it comes to our bodies, we do exactly the opposite. We push through. We skip the rest. We treat exhaustion again like it's this little badge of honor. And then we wonder why we're drained, struggling with cravings, and holding on to stubborn weight. Rest is not laziness. Rest is a strategy that actually makes everything else work better. When you're burned out, your body is in a constant state of just being on. Your cortisol stays elevated, your metabolism slows down, and your hunger hormones go haywire. That's why less sleep equals more cravings. Less recovery equals harder workouts, less rest, your body fighting harder to hold on to fat. And here's what nobody tells you. The women who lose weight easily in midlife, they don't push harder. They rest smarter. They know that real results don't come from doing more. They come from creating a balance, knowing when to push, but also when to pause. So if you're feeling stuck, exhausted, or like your workouts aren't working, here is the mindset shift. Rest isn't something you earn. It's something you need. It's not a reward. It is the fuel that makes everything work better. Mindset shift number 7. Your hormones are the boss. Learn to work with them. What's really going on in your body right now? Because if you're over 40 and trying to lose weight like you did in your 30s, you're not playing by the same rules anymore. You're eating healthy, working out, trying to do all the right things, but somehow your body's just not responding the way that it used to. Guess what? It's not just you, it's your hormones, estrogen and progesterone. These two are the ringleaders in the hormonal circus, and when they start all that fluctuating in perimenopause, your metabolism slows down and your body starts storing fat differently, especially around the midsection. Cortisol, your stress hormone, it's getting triggered way easier now, meaning stress hits harder and your body is clinging to fat like a toddler hanging onto its blankie. You've got your insulin sensitivity, your body's ability to manage carbs shifts also, meaning those heavy carb comfort foods hit your blood sugar faster and harder. In other words, your body isn't broken. It's adapting to the hormonal changes happening inside of you. But if you don't shift your strategy, you're just fighting an uphill battle. Here's the mindset shift. You can't keep pushing through with the same grind harder mindset. You need to start with your hormones and not against them. That means prioritizing protein to stabilize your blood sugar and keep you feeling full. Doing strength training, not just cardio, because muscle is the secret weapon that revs up your metabolism. Make sure you check out my video that compares cardio to weight training for fat loss. I will leave a link above. And managing stress intentionally, because if cortisol stays high, your body will just keep holding on to that fat no matter how clean you eat. This is why women in their 40s and 50s feel like their bodies are betraying them. It's not a betrayal. It's just some simple biology. Your body's not fighting you. It is just waiting for you to support it differently. Mindset shift number 8. Your body is talking. Start listening. You've been feeling frustrated, like your body is holding you hostage, like no matter how good you are, the scale won't budge. And here's what you need to hear. Your body is not broken. It's brilliant. That stubborn weight, the cravings, the exhaustion, the bloating, that's just your body talking to you. It's giving you a clue. And if you ignore those signals, or worse, try to fight them, it's only going to get louder. I've seen this happen with so many women. They ignore their fatigue and they just push harder. So their cortisol stays elevated, driving more belly fat storage. They cut calories too low. So their metabolism slows down and their body really holds on to the weight even tighter. They overtrain, thinking more is better, but their body is screaming for rest, recovery, and nourishment. Your body isn't sabotaging you, it's simply protecting you. And the moment you stop fighting your body and start working with it, that's when everything changes. Instead of ignoring the fatigue, ask, what do I need more of? More sleep, more calm, more recovery? Instead of cutting calories lower, ask, what foods actually fuel me and leave me feeling strong? Instead of forcing yourself through workouts when you're already completely drained, ask, what movement energizes me today instead of depleting me? When you start to listen to these cues, you start losing weight faster, you start feeling stronger and more energized, and you finally break from that cycle of feeling stuck, tired, and completely frustrated. Look, your body is speaking. Are you there listening? Here's the biggest takeaway I want you to leave with. You are not powerless in this. Your hormones are changing. Yes, life is demanding. Yes, stress, burnout, and overwhelm are real. But none of these things have to define you. Because once you shift your mindset, once you stop pushing through the burnout and start supporting your body in a way that actually works, everything starts to change, even in this stage of life. But it starts with one decision: to stop pushing harder and to start giving your body what it actually needs. I want to hear from you. Which of these mindset shifts really hit home for you most today? Have you been burning yourself out without even realizing it? Have you been ignoring your body's signals because you thought pushing through was the only answer? Drop it in the comments. I want to know what is just bubbling in your head. And trust me, when you start showing up for yourself in this way, everything else falls into place. If this video hit home for you today, then you've got to watch the next video, the I don't give an F mindset, how letting go makes you magnetic. That video dives deeper into creating some boundaries, building resistance, and protecting your energy. All those things that will help weight loss easier when you are in midlife. As always, keep moving, keep glowing, and never forget, you are strong, sexy, and unstoppable.